Morning, folks. It's Lisa Mason Ziegler coming to you here from my little urban flower farm located in southeastern Virginia. And I just wanted to share with you guys that enrollment has opened for Flower Farm and School Online. If you're not familiar with what that is, Flower Farm and School Online is an online course led by the industry leaders in the flower farming, cut flower growing industry. I founded the series about 4 years ago, and we have multiple courses, and we call them schools because they are actually really long online courses, like they come out over a 6-week period, and I would love for you to learn more about them. The names of our courses are The Basics, Annual Crops Marketing and More, that's my course, and then Dave Dowling has the course called Bulbs, Perennials, Woodies, and More. If you are not familiar with Dave Dowling, we call Dave the walking encyclopedia. I personally call him the flower genius. Dave was a flower farmer for over 20 years, grew year-round in Maryland, sold at an incredibly busy farmer's market as well as through other avenues. And Dave, like myself, are really passionate about empowering other people to join this industry, because if you don't know it, the cut flower industry just in the United States, there are over $7 billion, that's with a B, dollars worth of cut flowers sold every year just in the United States. And the sad news is that 80% of them are imported, most coming from South America. It used to be the other way around just a few decades ago, where 80% were grown in this country and 20% were imported. So we know that people are very eager and interested in the cut flower farming industry to become a flower grower. And I'm here to tell you that not only is it needed, it is really, really possible. And our Flower Farm and School Online is all about getting people from here to there in the quickest, most efficient way of doing that. So enrollment for our courses typically only opens once a year for 5 short days. And the reason for that is because our courses are so long, and our instructors interact so much throughout that period and then even after school, that it's a big commitment for instructors. So we try to do it during the period of time that it's the most beneficial for our students to be in that course, as well as when our instructors can actually do that. So I have so much to tell you guys, y'all. I'm just thinking, so if you want to learn more about our courses, the 2 that are open now is the Basics and the Bulb course. Enrollment will only be open until June 18th at midnight. If you visit thegardenersworkshop.com, there's pages there that tell you all about it. But here's the a really important part too, is you should go there and scroll to the bottom of the pages and read the flower farmer success stories. Those are some of our previous students sharing their stories, and see if there's one there that relates to you. Because here's the thing that Dave and I, I've flower farmed since 1998, and Dave is about the same. We both were quick to start doing not courses, but programs. You know, we traveled all over the country teaching people how to flower farm. And we heard the same thing over and over again. People are struggling because they're applying gardener methods to commercial farming. And y'all, even though it seems like it should be a lot alike, there really isn't, because in the commercial flower farming world, there are so many shortcuts. There are so many different ways, different crops that you grow, the way that you grow them, the way that you treat them, and then about it's a deep, deep hole, y'all. And what we find is that we lose so many potential new cut flower growers before they even get to the good part, the making some money, the profit, right? Because they fall down these holes where they're trying to apply gardener methods to flower farming. And I just can't tell you how common this is. And if I had not happened into the Cut Flower Association years ago, before we had social media and all these online opportunities, I would have never made it. And here's the other thing. There are so many eager cut flower growers out there, and a lot of them are sharing information based on only doing this for 1 or 2 seasons so wholeheartedly trying to help, but they're still doing it not the way that you do it in this professional trade. So that's what our courses were based, kind of came out of. We wanted a way to reach the people that are new growers, seasoned growers, those that need to hit the reset button. You know, you've been growing for 3 years and you're still not making a profit. Holy cow, it does not have to be that way. And so that's what our courses are all about. And so enrollment is open this week for Dave's course only once a year. If you don't enroll this week, then you have to wait until next year. Dave's course really takes you by the hand and helps you to learn, first off, when are you ready to make these investments with bulbs, perennials, and woodies. And he also introduces you into structure growing inside of heated greenhouses and hoop houses. Because did you know that bulbs, many growers, most professional growers don't even put them in the ground. They grow them in crates. You know, do you need to grow it outside in a crate or in a house in a crate? Which is the best way to do it? Which perennials should you invest in? What are Dave's few that he says you need to buy these first today to get them in the ground? They're a huge profit crop, but they need a little time to mature. You won't be cutting on them for a couple of 3 years. Which woodies? What are you cutting? Did you know that foliage is like 50% of what florists are purchasing these days? This is the kind of stuff we're sharing. So I just wanted to come on here and spread the word that there is a way, and if you don't know how our courses work, you own them forever. You just log on to your online library anytime after you've purchased the course, and there's where all your classes are. You can watch them over and over again. You have a live Q&A session with your instructor each week during school. That is a private platform. It is not just through Facebook. It's a Zoom deal. So anybody, if you're not a Facebook user, you can still participate 100%. And you can submit your questions before, or you can ask during the live event. So friends, I just wanted to come on here and make everybody aware. Check it out over at thegardenersworkshop.com. Ciao.